What's going on? It's your dog Art Man Boxing, and we're back with another boxing conversation. Look, I got banned from Twitter once again, but I'm back on YouTube to talk directly to the motherfucking people, dude. There's a lot of shit that been going on in boxing I've been wanting to talk about, from the Devin Haney's to Lomachenkos to the Bud Crawford versus David Evanesian to Terrence Crawford, not Terrence Crawford, motherfucking Errol Spence fighting Keith Thurman possibly next, and Tank possibly fighting Abner motherfucking Mares. Ah, shit, let's go. Man, let me wait till everybody get up in this chat, though. I did kind of do a little surprise um, Twitter stream or YouTube stream, I meant. Oh, let me change the colors on this shit, too. Yeah, let me change this to all black. Hell yeah, we all black in this motherfucker. Yo, look, and there's a little construction going on, so if y'all hear the noise and shit, just know it's coming from construction outside my apartment. But these trolls been on one, man. They definitely been on one. Let me let everybody know we live on YouTube. I ain't trying to download this shit. Hold on, cuz. Hold on, let me go get my shit. Let me get my people up in here. I know it's a little early. I know it's a little early in the day right now, but let me go ahead and get my people up in here. We're gonna get to Bud in a minute, but right now I just want to let everybody know that we are in the room. Give me just a second, y'all. I'm over here just posting this shit because I know it's been a minute since I've been on fucking live. Let me send this shit out. A lot of stuff been going on in boxing, especially with that Errol Spence Jr. fight, man. That shit pissed me off. I wanted to see that shit so damn bad. Real shit. And it just got canceled just like that. Or, Bud makes his fight with David Amnesian. Got us fans looking crazy as hell. Me personally, I had a feeling the fight wasn't gonna happen, but since they confirmed that it's not happening, it's like, ah man, what the fuck do I do now? The fact that Bud did some type of side deal where he's no longer fighting Spence. Yeah, hell yeah. Hold on, let me get. Man, YouTube is tripping, man. I know. I sent this motherfucking link out. Nah, but anyways, look, check this out. Man, I'm a fan of Bud Crawford in the ring. But outside the ring, man, this whole BLK Prime, BLT Prime shit, man, that's just a little sketchy to me, dude. Cause like I can see, I honestly could see. Oh shit, where are these? Hold on, what the fuck? Yo, YouTube is tripping. I swear I didn't see none of y'all comments or nothing, man. What the hell? Say, yo, what up, Art? Real disappointed. Fucking, no, bro. I swear to God, YouTube is tripping. I thought I was on live just talking to myself for like the past fucking 8 minutes, yo. What the fuck? Say fucking fight with a nigga named Devin Amnesia. Nigga, I'm glad you hop off Team Bud a while ago because them niggas looking dumb as fuck. Nah, real shit. And I'm gonna keep it 100. I did view Bud as the number one fighter in the world, and I always had Errol Spence Jr. as number two. And I'm like, yo, that's the fight that's gonna settle it. It's gonna settle it. It's gonna settle it. And I always said that Terrence Crawford will fuck around and lose to Errol Spence Jr. I've been saying that for the fucking longest. And the fact that he robbed us of this opportunity to watch a great historical Black American fucking fight, man, it's fucking crazy, man. It just makes I feel like Bud doing this don't only affect him and Errol Spence, but affects the other future black fighters. Cause like, what is Errol Spence? Not Errol Spence. Motherfucking Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson. They want to fight each other eventually, but how the hell that fight gonna get big if they were just gonna have another situation like this? Who's gonna fucking be boosting that fight up when we can have another situation just like this, dude? Some real life sucker shit, man. My dude D Hive in here. He gonna explain it, man. What's up, D Hive?
What's up, man? Oh my God.
Man,
So now,
I know it's been a long time, but we back on it, dude. So go ahead and say what you got to say.
now look, before we get into the Ruiz Wilder
Yeah,
situation,
we gonna cook.
let me clarify some things. Now listen, first off, I will say I'm not anti blue blood and I am not anti BLA Prime. Get your money. Do whatever it is you got to do to get rich in this world because don't nobody care about you. Now,
Exactly.
let's get to the real. If y'all watch Blue Blood's interview with 78 Sports TV, go watch it because it was very informative. But let me get into some shit right quick.
Go
So,
ahead.
so Blue Blood signed Terrence Crawford and Adrian Broner. That's perfectly fine. But some of the things that he said were disingenuous. There's this thing going around talking about PBC don't have money for certain things. That's interesting because if y'all remember, Broner had a fight lined up with Figueroa. He was happy with the deal. He was happy with the fight. He waited all up until about a week or two out, and he pulled out for quote unquote mental health reasons. Now that we look back, maybe those mental health reasons was something else. Next, he also talks about why Bud's opponent is who he is. He talks about Thurman. He said he even said in the interview that Thurman was asking for too much money, and I'm like, that's interesting because that's what you accuse PBC of doing when it came to Bud, talking about they don't have money, even though PBC, according to reports that we received from a boxing scribe familiar with negotiations, was offered his highest guarantee, a higher guarantee that he'd ever got on Top Rank. So I'm thinking, how is it okay for BLK Prime to not have money for good fights, but it's not okay for PBC? Because y'all claiming y'all got $20 million for Broner and Terrence Crawford for fighting whoever, but y'all don't want to pay Bud versus Thurman? That's not even going to do the same numbers as Bud versus Spence? That's crazy to me. And then he said the same thing about Cody Crowley, how Cody Crowley also had priced himself out. So I'm like, why is it okay for BLK Prime that's supposed to be changing the game to not have any money for fights, but all of a sudden PBC got to have all these money for fights? I don't understand. And he even said that PBC is not a promoter. They're an advisement company. Well, come on and correct me, Midwest. That's exactly what he said. He said the reason why they didn't even approach Thurman and Crowley and Boots was because, well, Boots, I mean, I obviously know why they didn't approach Boots, but that's what he said. He said they didn't approach Thurman and Crowley because of the money. That's exactly what he said. You can go back and watch in the interview. And
I just dropped the link to Midwest. You want to hop on here because we got to do a lot of airing now, man. Look, I'm just very disappointed that Bud Crawford pulled out the fight to fight David Abanesian. And I don't like the fans who say, well, we just gotta have to blame both of them. We just gonna blame both. No, it's not blame both of them. Only one motherfucker has a fight lined up with somebody that's not named Errol Spence or Terrence Crawford.
And keep in mind, Terrence Crawford could have fought Spence and still taken this deal. He could have fought Spence and still taken this deal. There's no excuse. Blue blood ain't going nowhere. The reality of the situation is that all of Terrence, Midwest is just bullshit. But the reality of the situation is, the reality of the situation is that Terrence Crawford's value has always come from a potential Spence fight. I say potential because y'all got to remember, Bob Arum used Terrence Crawford to levy a deal with ESPN after Top Rank became homeless. Blue Blood is doing the same thing with Terrence Crawford because number one, he knows Terrence Crawford. Number two, he knows he doesn't want to really fight Spence. And number three, Blue Blood is using Terrence Crawford to get his way into boxing, and that's fine. But y'all got to understand, when someone is either financially or emotionally tied to something, they lose the ability to be objective. So him saying that PBC didn't have the money when they offered him the fight is crazy. Not to mention, even if that is true, they're both sending conflicting signals. If Terrence Crawford was so unhappy with the deal, what the fuck did he agree to? Why did he say, I agreed to all the terms and we waiting on Spence?
I agreed to everything, but why the fuck he didn't sign it? Because they ain't had the money. What? How they not have the money, but you agreed to everything? Something's not fucking adding up, dude. Man, what it's been like for me lately watching this shit or just dealing with it is, PBC don't have the money, but Bud Crawford agreed to everything. Errol Spence was taking too long. He wants to fight in January. It's taking too long. Now we're on BLK Prime. That's what I've been getting from this whole situation.
It's too much bullshit. And let me
too much bullshit.
And let me address one more thing that he brought up before I open the floor. He addressed the inactivity of Big Charlo, Jamal, and Thurman. He just said it himself. Thurman wants $10 million if he's going to fight someone certified, and BLK Prime didn't have the money. It's not a matter of PBC not being able to make fights. It's about getting both parties to agree. Because contrary to popular belief, promoters cannot make fighters fights. They can make fights, and fighters got to take them. Next, he was talking about how the PBC can't line up fights for Jamal. That's incorrect. He had a fight that he pulled out of because he got a back injury, and now he's dealing with a myriad of legal issues and family issues. So Blue Blood keeps saying that, these people aren't getting any fights. I'm like, bro, you literally took two people that pulled out of 2 fights, and Jamal is number 3. So I understand that now that you're financially invested in Terrence Crawford, you have to keep a pro Bud, bias, so to speak, but you got to keep it real. These are people that had fights that they pulled out of, and you're saying PBC can't provide, so we stepping in. You're stepping in to give the same quality of pay-per-view. Crawford versus Avanesian, Broner versus three niggas we never heard of. The reality of the situation is that both Terrence Crawford and Adrian Broner want maximum paydays for marginal work. That mental health crisis, I'm starting to believe, was a case of I might get my ass whooped, like Ryan Garcia. Adrian Broner's mental health crisis has been nothing but a lack of discipline his entire career. Now, I love Adrian Broner just like the rest of you, but we have to understand that the nigga's irresponsible with money and he's irresponsible with his health.
Nigga, he turned down $40 million from Rock Nation to sign to BLK Prime, nigga.
I thought that was Andre that turned down $40 million. Broner had a $40 million deal from Rock Nation?
He had a he had a deal for
5-fight, $40 million deal. Yep.
Recently?
No, not recently. It was, in his heyday.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, I remember that.
Man. But shout out to my dude Cozy Rito, man. We just in here chopping it up, dude. We gonna talk about a lot of shit right now. I did name the title of this shit fucking Wilder Ruiz, but nigga, I don't give a fuck. I'm not one of these boxing journalists. We can talk about what the fuck we want to talk about.
No, I know Hustler's home. I know he had Avanesian in the pocket because you had to not only make contact with Frank Warren across the pond in the UK, but Avanesian had a title defense coming up of a European title. I'm not blaming Blue Blood for anything. Like I said, get your money. But the thing is, some of the things he said were disingenuous, and I can tell he was doing that just because he's going to be doing close business with Crawford, and he needs to reiterate that narrative so Crawford knows that he's on his side. But the reality is that's just not even true. But plus, fuck all that. Bud could have fought Spence and still signed with BLK Prime. That's the long and short of it. He could have fought Spence and then signed with BLK Prime and do the same thing he's doing now. Plus, extra, if he had actually done that and whooped his ass, he would have been able to take the entire welterweight division over to BLK Prime. So it would have made more sense if Terrence Crawford whooped Spence ass and then signed with BLK Prime afterwards. Then I would say they're changing the game, but they're not doing shit else. They're not doing shit.
And here's my thing, because somebody called me a Uncle Tom because I said I'm not really fucking with this BLK Prime. Is this company a black-owned company?
Hell no. Hell no.
It's not a black-owned company.
No, it's not. It might be black ran and black represented, but it's not a black-owned company.
So it's a company with black managers.
Yeah.
Yes.
PBC is actually black-owned. BLK Prime. Yeah, BLK Prime is owned by a mysterious Silicon Valley company called EFC Investments that nobody can trace, located in California. And let me tell you, I went to school in the Bay Area. You can walk around Silicon Valley all day and not see a single nigga, so I don't want to hear that.
With no physical address, and on top, I don't even want to get into it, but yo, the people who are associated with BLK Prime, I'm not even mad at them, you know what I'm saying? But it's real fake. But let me just tell you this, man. There have been 12 fights in America this year that have had over a $1 million live gate or over. PBC has had 9 of them. So they're responsible for 75% of the highest grossing fights this year. But somehow they have no money to make this fight. Then you'll say, oh, I need a tune-up. You could have took a tune-up in April, May, June, July, August. That's a terrible excuse.
You could have took a tune-up on the PBC.
On the PBC.
You turned down.
Listen, man.
You literally could have fought somebody on fucking PBC right, nigga, in November. Say, you know what? I need a tune-up. I swear to God, if Bud came up and said, you know what? I want to fight Spence, but it's been a while since I've been in the ring. I need a tune-up. Let me get this in real quick, and then we can go right for it. I swear to God, I'll be like, okay, that's understandable. But this is some fucking straight up bullshit. You're not going to come here and ruin the biggest fight I've been waiting for the longest and say, well, shit, nigga, it's black owned. So, I mean, you got to support it, right? No.
Then
this nigga allegedly, I want to see the books.
Right. That whole shit.
You want to see the books. You don't promote anything. You've never had, name a big promotion that Bud is responsible for. TBC or whatever it's called, TCB. You can't name one. It's a shell company. Yo, the company that Bud has for is simply for licensing purposes, so that way he can put all of his assets into it. So that way if you get sued or anything like that, it's for tax benefits. That's it. So you coming in asking for the books with no infrastructure for promotion, none of this makes sense. This boy never wanted to fight him. That's it. The
And
man never wanted to fight him.
the only thing they can say is, well, he getting a bag. He getting a bag. He's getting a bag. Well, what the fuck are we getting?
My
A
thing is,
Crawford David Ebenezer fight for fucking $40, bro. That's
my
what we're getting. We're not getting none of the bread that they're talking about. We're getting a fucking David Ebenezer versus Bud Crawford instead of Errol Spence versus Bud Crawford as a
hey,
title defense for $40 fucking dollars. So I don't give a fuck how much money he's making. We're not getting none of that. As fans, we're getting Bud versus fucking David Ebenezer. That's what we're getting.
and you know what's fucked up? If PBC had the same
Man.
schedule as BLK Prime, you niggas would cook them. You guys will say this schedule is dog shit. It's terrible. Terrence Crawford versus David Avanesian, Broner versus whoever. Like, dude, they was already shitting on Broner versus Figueroa. I can't even imagine who they have lined up for Broner
Man,
over there, aside from Terrence
I'm about
Crawford.
to hit a blue blood in a DM and say, hey, man, I want to fight Broner. They got to take that shit for $10,000, nigga.
You might get it too.
Real shit. Real shit.
Yo,
I'll
real
make whatever Broner
Midwest.
catches, I'll
Terrence
make
Crawford was not a co-promoter to the fight, bro. Terrence Crawford has made a lot of money in his career, but it's not enough money to put on an event like that. He was not about to be super invested. He's not a co-promoter. He's a participant. Ain't no way in fuck I own a business and I'm trying to hire someone and they come in and ask me how I'm paying them. Do you think when Terrence Crawford went to Dubai to meet up with Kinahan, do you think he asked Kinahan how the fuck he made his money? No, he didn't. He didn't ask to approve expenses. He didn't ask to see the book, just like he never asked Bob Arum. The time to see the books would have been when Amir Khan, as a contender with 4 knockout losses, was challenging Terrence Crawford. When you saw Amir Khan almost make more than you, and you were the champion, that should have been the time to ask for some books. Not now, especially when you're about to get a higher guarantee than you ever got on Top Rank, plus 35% of the back end. Talking about some damn books. The only reason why Espinosa and them finally just said fuck it. Let me explain. The only reason why they finally said fuck it and said that your guarantee is only a percentage is because Terrence Crawford was talking about how much he's worth. So what they did was they put a limitless cap on the money. They said that no matter how much it generates, you'll get a guaranteed percentage. But the reason why they bitched out is because they know he's not that valuable. Because anybody else, like a Tank or somebody, would have been like, shit, 35% of the total? I mean, that's like, to most people who understand business, they understand that's a limitless cap on what you can earn. It's 35% of whatever the fight earns. But they know that he's not that kind of a draw. And like I said on Twitter, the fact that he walked in there, demanded $22 million off the top, and they still try to negotiate with him is amazing.
That's how you know they really wanted to fight.
And Spence still talking like he wants to fight, which is amazing to me because I would never do business with a moron like that again. Never in life. Never in life would you be able to. Would I be able to do that?
There's this thing called good faith that you're supposed to participate in with business, especially negotiations. And the fact that you had a fight lined up while you're allegedly trying to secure this Errol Spence fight that you supposedly want forever, bro. Nobody in their right mind would ever sit down at the negotiation table with you because they know you are a purposeful time waster. And by the way, I really just think Bud and his whole little team is just jealous of Errol, and this was the plan the whole time to just walk away from it. That's my guess now.
Yeah, and also Terrence Crawford's primary question was how much money is the fight to generate? Well, was going to generate. The thing about that is we don't know until the fight actually happens. The reason why they got nervous was because they know Terrence Crawford is unfortunately not that valuable when it comes to these sort of things. And yeah, Midwest, he's legally allowed to ask, and they're legally allowed to tell him to go fuck himself because he hasn't signed any paperwork. Why would they expose the financial inner workings to someone who's not actually signed with them so he can go run his mouth about how they do everything? In fact, the meetings that he had with PPC are probably carrying over to BLK Prime right now because they're putting on the same type of pay-per-views. You guys always complain about PPC pay-per-view being trash, but then you get on BLK Prime's bandwagon and they're putting on the same quality of shit.
I feel like Bud was on some, man, how much is Errol Spence getting? And I'm only getting this much, man. I want to see how much he getting type shit.
Yeah, Terrence Crawford
and
the A side over.
There's nothing wrong with that, but it's like, bro, look at what you're getting. You're obviously gonna get more than what you finna get in that fucking Bob Arum Top Rank. And on top of that, you don't have to cut it with a whole nother promotional company. And then on top of that, This is a fucking legacy fight that's gonna define your career. Come
Right.
on, bro. Look, it's like this. I don't care what nobody say. The deal that PBC is giving Terrence Crawford, to my knowledge, I'm pretty sure that's not worse than the deal that Devin Haney got to fight Kambosos.
It's way
Much
better.
better.
Exactly. If the young homie Devin Haney at 23 can take a little deal, nigga, a fucking robbery deal to fight somebody in Australia 2 times because he knew the importance of this fight, and you grown ass 35-year-old can't do that shit, man. It lets me know that you don't want this fight because you know that after you fight Spence, nigga, regardless if you win or not, you're not gonna be the same. Ain't
Midwest,
no
how did
telling
you
if you
come
can
by
fight
that
after.
information? How did you come by that information, Midwest? I'm just curious because these are, with all due respect, we were told by Bud fans that he had signed already 1 week, and we're waiting on Spence. And then literally the next week, it's he's unhappy, and that's why he hasn't signed. So what the fuck is going on for real?
Yo, what's good?
Oh,
What's
yeah,
going on, Hustling Home?
Bro, you be having them niggas mad as fuck on both of y'all niggas be having them niggas mad as fuck on Twitter, bro. That shit's
Yeah,
so
man, they got
hilarious.
so mad they fucking got me out of there, but I'm right back.
But nah, look. I'm gonna tell y'all the difference between BLK because I support all the boxing. You know what I mean? So I'm a fucking desperate fan who gotta fork out another fucking amount of money to another fucking splinter cell and fucking and boxing. You know what I'm saying? The difference is PBC is already established. So when you come out with a card, and I'm speaking from a nigga who bought every single fucking pay-per-view, even the bullshit ones, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm a boxing addict. I'm gonna give BLK one chance simply because of Blue Blood, you know what I'm saying? And Adrian Broner. I'm a big ass Adrian Broner fan. I dropped the Adrian Broner video yesterday that got me blocked from several channels. That shit is funny as hell. You know what I'm saying? A hit dog bark. You feel me? But the already establishment of Al Heyman is what separates BLK from Al Heyman. I'm gonna give him the pass for the top heavy Bud with the David Avenesian shit is whack. The Bud shit, the Bud versus Spence shit is whack as fuck. But if y'all niggas remember, since 2018, my nigga Bud has been consistently saying he don't want this fight. The fans being forcing this nigga to make this fight. You know what I'm saying? He never wanted to fucking fight, man. He said it several times. He never wanted to fight. You
He
know what I'm
wanted that
saying?
fight with Gary Russell Jr. though.
Huh?
He wanted the fight with Gary Russell Jr.
Hell yeah.
Not in the ring. He wanted a street fight with
What
Gary
is
Russell.
I'm
he?
gonna break that nigga's fucking neck. He
Yeah,
ain't talking
he
about
said,
that
but he
breaking
did.
that nigga neck energy with Earl Spence,
But
man.
then that nigga say out of the ring. He didn't say in the ring.
Oh,
He said out of the ring he'll break his neck. He ain't want, bro. All right.
okay. So check this out. My thing is, look, congratulations to Blue Blood and all that. I understand you getting your money, but it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be the detriment of Black American boxing fans and the future of great Black American rivalries.
I'm gonna tell you something.
It didn't have to be that. I swear, if he fought
I
Errol
can't.
Spence, one lose or draw, and say I'm starting this BLK Prime shit, I would have been totally on board with it. Just like
Exactly.
how I was
Perfect.
on board with him suing Bob Arrow.
Yep.
And
That was
y'all
all you had to
still
do.
go, but y'all still going under the guise that Bud actually wanted to fight. He never wanted to fucking fight.
No,
He
we
said it.
No, we know
That is
that. We
true.
know that now.
That is
I've made
true.
peace with it because like I pointed out on Twitter in 2018, Spence only had the IBF and he had the WBO. For his second title defense, he could have said, "I ain't fighting shit else until you either attempt to send Spence a contract for a unification bout, or just don't resign with fucking Top Rank." But he managed to.
I'll give you an even more evident. All right. At 140, this nigga was undisputed, right? So he had guys to 4 fucking belts, my nigga. He had a IBF belt, he had a WBO, a WBA, and a WBC belt, right? All right. Errol Spence was the IBF champion, right? And at that time, Bomac even wanted them niggas to. He won't calling nobody out but Keith Thurman and Manny Pacquiao. If he wanted that IBF Earl smoke, he could have got it before he got the motherfucking Jeff Horn fucking smoke.
I didn't know you could challenge to the IBF. I didn't
Huh?
know you could. I didn't know you could
think it's
challenge to the IBF through the IBF.
You can't. But Terrence Bud Crawford versus Errol Spence was still a thing.
What I was gonna
Yeah, but and to add to your point real quick, notice the only time Bud Crawford and the entire team, Bomac and all of them, was popping their hottest shit was after Errol got in that car accident.
After he got
Once
in
they
that car
seen that
accident,
Ugas fight,
and then after
Yeah,
he came back from the car accident, what was the first thing Bud said? I will not fight Errol Spence
that fight is
because
behind
he
me.
injured.
I'm past that. Yeah,
Yeah, that
I'm
fight's behind
past
me.
that.
But also, what I was gonna say for the second title defense, he fought a PBC fighter. He sent a contract to Jose Benavidez Jr., who ain't never been shit. I'm like, bro,
Bruh.
why couldn't that same paperwork go to Spence?
Because he never
Why
wanted to
couldn't-
fight.
bro. Why couldn't you take that same contract that BLK Prime offered if your offer was so bad and send it right back to the PBC and say, look, I got another offer, match that. Why couldn't you do that?
No,
you
that's
just gonna take
that's
and
his
just
plan.
go up? No,
That's his
stop.
plan. That's what he wants to do. He wants to be like, well, see, since I got this much money for Avenesian, y'all need to be paying me what I'm worth. That's exactly his plan. It's not gonna fucking work. They're gonna
It's
be like,
not gonna work, bro.
no, it's not.
I wouldn't do business with that nigga no more. I wouldn't do business with his ass no
Yeah,
more.
he ran all his shit south.
He's not
Trying to
gonna
pull this
sell
fucking
more than
move.
25,000
And that's
pay-per-views,
the
bro.
thing. And that's the
Come
thing with
on,
Bud.
man.
That's the thing with Bud. He like, well, shit. I don't gotta fight him now because I know he gonna fight me later, nigga. Nah, ain't no fight me later. After you did that fuck shit, bro. Nigga, your legacy is gonna be that you became undisputed at 140 and fought David Nabonesian, bro.
And keep in mind, this is after Danny Garcia cleared out all the actual work at 140.
Man,
Right.
what about
Bro,
the smoke that he didn't take at 140? Nobody not talk about the smoke he didn't take at 140, bruh.
Danny cleared out everybody.
Bro, his whole career
Bro,
is
some of the
manufactured,
people
bro.
watching boxing don't even remember you fighting at 140.
Listen, man, Bud get the same pass as Shakur Stevenson, bruh.
Oh my God, talk about
he
it.
get the same
Talk about
pass
it.
because Gary Russell Jr. niggas don't see. This the thing about boxing and me. You know what I'm saying? I watch a lot of in-ring shit. I'm not in tune with a lot of out-of-ring shit, but if my calculations serve me correct, Shakur Stevenson was at 126 the same time as fucking Gary Russell Jr., right?
Yeah.
Gary Russell Jr. was the WBC champ the whole entire time. This nigga was at 126, right? And he picked up 2 belts, right?
Oh shit.
But the boxing world let this nigga slide right past Gary Russell Jr. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and
Just
also,
like Bud, man.
and
Just like
also,
Bud.
and also, has Shakur Stevenson at any weigh in between 126 or 130 giving y'all any indication that he's quote unquote drained?
Man, no.
Never.
But as soon as like Cordina get a because he was talking about Cordina, he gets a knockout win in a division, you know, he's thinking about mopping it up. I'm not saying, and then Foster becomes the number 1 to the WBC. Oh, you know, it starts getting a little hot. All of a sudden, niggas can't make weight. That's all. I'm just.
I'm not saying he's scared of that shit, but what I'm saying is boxing fans pick and choose their battles, bruh. And trying to make sense of a nigga picking and choose his battle doesn't make sense at all, man.
Yeah.
I wish I had Bud fans on my side like that. This nigga can't do no wrong, bro. That shit is weird, bro.
Yeah, I've never
These
understood
niggas
what
slow.
Terrence Crawford has done to deserve such divine protection. Like, I don't understand. Like, it'd be different. I wouldn't be cooking this hard if he was honest. Like, when Porter came out and said, "I'm not fighting Gerard Ennis. There's no way I'm fighting that young man." I respected that. But these dudes
Everybody
talk all
did.
this. Yeah, these dudes talk all this shit. Like, oh, and then he still, I'm gonna come whoop your ass after the BLK Prime. I'm like, bro, you wouldn't have to worry about inactivity if you just fought Spence. Not to mention, you've been fighting once a year at the end of the year for the past 3 years. Why all of a sudden the fuck you worried about inactivity now?
Oh my
I
God,
always
man.
pose
These
this
niggas
question.
love fantasy, fake, hypothetical fights, bro. Like,
It's
yeah,
so
my-
It's so annoying because all they're concerned about is Terrence Crawford getting the bag. He getting the bag. He getting the bag. Just say you don't care about who he fights because you want him to stay safe and stop acting like a bitch. And now they're talking about, oh, Errol Spence finna fight Thurman. Bro, Keith Thurman is better than anybody that fucking Terrence Crawford has ever faced.
Errol Spence ain't
Anybody.
fighting no fucking Keith Thurman.
Well, I know he's not fighting Keith Thurman, but they were saying that Spence was going to duck with the Keith Thurman fight.
Man,
Well,
that's how you know. Hey, as soon as
I
they said
don't
they
know.
should have
Don't
ended that
tell me
conversation.
like Errol Spence not fighting Keith Thurman now.
Man, I
But
know.
I got a question. I got a
I know
question for
Heyman-
everybody on the panel. I would like to hear everybody answer.
Oh, go ahead.
At what point in time did Terrence Crawford become pound for pound number one against who?
Well, I admit when they had Lomachenko's bitch ass as pound for pound number one, I thought that was bullshit.
See, I always had Errol above him. But I think it was maybe when he got the belt at 147, people started bringing that up, which is crazy.
Yeah, when
Jeff
he was born
Horn.
ass,
I
that's when
gave
they
it to
gave
him
it to him.
when Ward and them retired and he beat Julius Ondongo. And I was like, okay, well, he undisputed. You know, he a young Black American champion. Stylistically, I see him as the best. But then after that,
See,
it's
my
like,
thing-
dude, his moves after, it's like, yo, you fought Jeff Horn, then, dude, that Jeff Horn fight seemed like that shit was like 10 years ago.
That Jeff Horn fight might
Yep.
be his best fight at welterweight, which is sad, dude. That might be
Exactly.
his best
So,
opponent when you really
and
think
then
about
look,
it. Pathetic.
and the thing is, he maintained number one pound for pound. Meanwhile, Jermell Charlo got literally the toughest fucking resume in boxing. To me, he got one of the tough resumes in boxing. He's not even on a fucking list, my nigga. Not even on it.
I'm about to update my pound for pound list, to be honest.
For undisputed,
I'm
yeah,
taking
Jermell
Bud up
Charlo's
to number one
path,
spot.
he
Most
walks through
definitely.
fire.
Bro,
And it's
you know
funny
what's
because
crazy?
A lot of
My
people, the people that Jermell fought, a lot of people said he's gonna get knocked out. People said Castano's gonna knock him out. People said Rosario's gonna knock him out. People talking all that shit, and people said, "Oh, Tony Harrison gonna beat him again." And I'm like,
And for Bud fans to be clowning Arrow, talking about you about to fight Keith Thurman. Your man called out Keith Thurman, then said, "Oh, he asking for 10 million. He asking for too much money. Yo, be realistic and come back with an offer." By the way, another time we never seen an offer from Bud ever again. So that's more cap from him. His whole career has been manufactured, is fraudulent. I don't want to hear about no Bud Crawford being top pound for pound, nothing no more. It's all fantasy fights. It's all cap, bro. I'm sorry.
Terrence Crawford has three paths to redemption. He has only three options: you fight Spence, you fight Boots, or you retire. I'm because I'm good, bro. I'm good.
That's good.
Yeah, because no matter how you slice it, he looks bad. And like I said, I respect Blue Blood for being entrepreneurial and getting in the industry. But basically, what he said is, since PBC putting on bullshit fights, why can't we? That's all he said. He says, since PBC putting on bullshit fights against people you don't want to see, why can't we?
Then I see a nigga talking about some. Will he fight Boots next? Will Earl fight Boots? Will he fight Stan Jonas or Virgil Ortiz? We don't know, man. It's like, yo, why don't you hold Bud to the same accountability? I'm tired of Earl having to do all the heavy lifting while Bud's over here fighting David Amnesia and all this stuff.
They don't
This
want
guy
Bud to fight
just-
anybody. They don't want him. It's clear. It's always been clear. That's why when Bud's fights get announced, all people can talk about is who EJ fighting, because even they know EJ's fight is gonna be more challenging because they know.
So,
like,
D-Hop, let me ask you a question real quick, bro. Because I remember before when we thought that the fight was happening. Well, let me ask you two questions. First question: do you think this fight will ever happen?
no, not now.
Okay.
Never.
All right. So, with that being said, I remember before this fight when we all thought that it was going to happen, you said you were going to save your opinion on who you thought would win the fight until it got announced. Now that we know it's not happening, what did you think was going to happen in this fight?
Okay, well, I'm not gonna lie. So exclusive, you heard it here first. I had Errol Spence winning by majority decision.
Okay.
That's what I had. I had Errol Spence winning by majority decision because Errol Spence throws a lot of punches, and the only reason why Terrence Crawford fans keep saying he's going to knock him out is because they know that Terrence Crawford doesn't have another path to victory, especially if people that are inferior boxers to Errol Spence were able to get some rounds on you.
I had Errol Spence by TKO.
Okay, that's also possible too. But I just think
Same.
I think that once Terrence Crawford feels the body work and his feet start to slow up, it'll just become survival mode. It'll become a hug fest. He'll clinch a lot. He'll stay on the ropes, dance around a little bit because he's faster than Errol Spence. But yeah, I had Errol Spence winning by majority decision.
Well, I guess we could never see it because Bud Crawford want to keep fighting these no-name bums, man. This is just sad, bro.
What are the
Like, really,
odds? What are the odds of the man who said he don't need to fight is the one that actually end up with a new fight that's not the main fight that we want to see?
The
we
odds
should
are
have seen
high.
it all along.
Yeah, he kept telling people that he didn't want the fight. He's the only one publicly on record talking about, I do not want the fight. That fight is behind me. And if we do fight, it better be 80-20 my way and blah, blah, blah. And all these dudes keep talking about how much money I'm like, bro, Terrence Crawford, for the work he's put in, he's gotten rich as fuck. Terrence Crawford is literally robbing ESPN fucking blind, fighting trash. And y'all don't want this nigga to make an honest living. Like, bro, they keep saying that PBC don't got no money. No, PBC is not going to pay you $10 million to fight niggas that we've never heard of because that's going to hurt the brand more than their brand is already hurt. They keep saying PBC is losing money. No, they're losing brand power because people just keep talking shit. That's why dudes on Twitter just keep repeating the same thing, hoping it stays true. Like they keep repeating, Spence Doug Bud, Spence Doug Bud, and it's like a fucking trance. Like eventually you'll start to repeat it yourself. It's like, no, we're not all of us are dumb. The reality of the situation is, the reality of the situation is they were going to pay Broner money, but you got to put in some actual work. They were going to pay Thurman money, but you got to put in some actual work. They were going to pay Bud money, but you got to put in some actual work. We're not paying you to fight fucking Abel Ramos, Terrence. Nigga, you gotta boss up.
That's what I'm saying. And here's the thing too. Just for Budman, seriously, just think about all the contradictions this nigga has said over the past year or whatever. First he said EJ wanted the fight. Now he's saying Earl never wanted the fight. First he said I agreed to all terms. Then he said it was a terrible contract. First he said, oh, it's Bob Arum that's not getting me the fight. Now it's, oh man, Al Heyman, he's such a bad guy. Bro, he's just throwing everything out at the wall. You want to know why? Because y'all will fall for anything. I'm telling you, just anything that he sells you. And you have to see through it. This guy never wanted this fight. And like D-Hop, you said earlier, and I think this is a great salient point.
People I respect on my fucking Facebook talking about some, yeah, man, it's just got to keep it 100. Errol Spence just didn't want to fight, man. And Bud didn't have enough time to be sitting here waiting for him, bro.
All he's done is sit and wait his entire career. What the fuck are y'all talking about? Where were y'all talking about this activity when Bob Arum had him fighting once a year for the past 2-3 years?
They was right there cheering him on as he beat Mean Machine. Whoa, this is
why niggas can't have anything, because every time you're around some legitimate black leadership, there's a bunch of goofies talking shit. I'm like, bro, this is his highest guarantee ever. And then dudes who were unfamiliar with the contract language even said there was no guarantee. I'm like, bro, this nigga asked for $22 million. I guarantee if Errol Spence go over there to BLK Prime and ask for $25 million, you're going to say the same shit we're saying now. So I don't want to hear it. And I also called this. Watch, after Terrence Crawford is done doing what he's doing, Blue Blood and them going to get together, and they're either going to offer it or they're just going to say they offered it, a contract for Errol Spence Jr. at BLK Prime. And Errol Spence Jr., like the smart person he is, going to turn that bullshit down. And when they do, they're going to say, oh, see, look, he ducked too. Just so Bud doesn't go out like a scrub.
This is just sad. But listen, I was going to say, I think you made a great point earlier, D-Hive. EJ is Bud's leverage. That's why he never wanted to fight him. He goes to every other promoter, every promotional company. Listen, he dangles the carrot. Listen, we could get this EJ fight. Trust me. Listen, if I sign to you, you know, that big EJ fight is going to be there. And then on top of that, too, it's also, he's mad that Earl's a bigger star than him. He can sell out when he can't. And he's thinking to himself, I'm not going to give him the satisfaction of even getting the chance of getting undisputed. I could hold it over him. I was undisputed. You never were. It's some weird, sick jealousy that he got to let go.
But you know where he learned that from, right?
Nah, who?
He learned that from Bob Arum and Tyson Fury. If y'all remember, Tyson Fury came to America and Wilder dusted him off. And then right after that first fight, he got signed to Top Rank. Tyson Fury, in between there, was milking the shit out of them, getting bum fights against dudes like Swartz in between Wilder versus Fury too. Because Tyson Fury didn't want to have to fight Wilder again. But guess what? He dangled the fuck out that carrot. He's like, look, see, that Wilder fight gonna be some big money if we actually get it again. So, you know, and he used that to get leverage to fight some bums in between. Because he had 2 warm-up fights beforehand, and then he had 2 fights after the first fight. So he used the same tactic to milk ESPN, and Terrence Crawford did the same shit. Well, we can get the Spence fight, and if you get the Spence fight, that's good money. And then they just keep giving him bums. They gave him fucking Brooke, and they give him fucking they gave him Brooke, they gave him Khan, Green Beans, all these fucking people at welterweight. This is what the weight one was trash. This is why Bob Arum came out and said I kept losing money.
Bob gave this nigga $5 million to fight Khan in the bubble.
He gave him $7 to fight Porter.
Oh my God.
This nigga getting rich off nothing.
This is why this nigga's delusional, because he's like, yo, it don't really matter if my fight make any money or you sell out. Bob is gonna give me money. So yeah, Al Haymon, you should give me $22 million. It don't really matter if I'm a draw or anything like that. Oh my God, man.
Yeah, they wanted the niggas to be stupid. They're like, shit, I've been able to rob everybody else. I should be able to rob your black asses. They wanted Haymon to be dumb. Like, nigga, what? Yeah, he keeps complaining about a guarantee because he knows he can't pull his own weight sales wise. He knows he can't pull his own weight because nobody likes him, and his diehard fan base is incredibly small.
Yeah, man, and they're poor too. Them niggas is
right. Right. Most of these motherfuckers, they sound like they've never done any legitimate business and they sound unemployed. No disrespect to Midwest or Extreme Road Power, y'all are exceptions, but a lot of them just be saying dumb shit. Like, look at the books. Co-promotion, and with all due respect, Midwest, Steven So Cold Nelson is I believe a former professional fighter. He's one of Bud's closest friends. And of course he's gonna say that because he, like Blue Blood, has a financial stake in Bud's life. And that's perfectly fine. I respect it, but he's not going to be objective. Once you have emotion or finances tied into something, you lose the ability to be objective. I don't care who you are. You cannot be trusted to talk on the subject.
Just like when Bernie the Boxer told us that the fight was signed, and now he's saying we left him in the dust.
Thank you.
You just can't take what these niggas say seriously,
Thank
man.
You. Yeah, Bernie.
Just be real.
Bernie 1 week said the fight was signed. We're waiting on Spence, and then the next week he says here are the reasons why the fight is not signed. It's like, and these are the people that you're listening to, bro. Anybody that Terrence Crawford is feeding, you cannot trust them. I'm sorry. Anybody that is being fed directly by Terrence Crawford, you cannot trust their opinion on the subject. You can't, because they know Terrence Crawford is highly sensitive and will turn on them in a fucking heartbeat. People like, you said what? Oh no, never. And then they're done.
And another thing, Blood fans, just think about it. It can't always be everybody else's fault, man. Cameron Duncan, you had a falling out with him. Bob Arum, you had a falling out with him. Now it's Al Haymon's fault. So basically the whole boxing world is against you. You always right, and everybody else is always wrong. Like, bro, just wake up to the fact that this guy, either one, does bad business, or two, never wanted to fight. But either or, we not getting it because of that.
I just don't understand why the onus of responsibility for making these things has never been put on Crawford. No one's ever told Crawford to send a contract. No one's ever told Crawford to make a fight happen. No one's ever told Crawford to make any phone calls. It's always, we'll send him a contract. Send him a contract. Why can't you guys give this motherfucker the accountability of a woman, but you talk about him like he's a king? I don't understand. If he's some kind of big boss baller, make some moves, player. Put some paperwork together. Right, you don't have the money or the infrastructure to actually put on fights, so you can't be asking people with actual money any questions. You come to them with humility.
You need to see the books,
right? Like, bro, if they showed you the books, you wouldn't even know what the fuck you were looking at. You had never seen numbers that damn big. Talking about something, let me see the goddamn books. You think he over there asking BLK Prime or whatever where the books at? No.
He asked them how they got the funds and nothing. He said, "What?"
I don't like that shit. Niggas never asked. They ain't asked the white man for transparency, but you would ask the brother for transparency. That shit don't make no fucking sense, man.
And you know what's funny as fuck? People came out and said that the money must be real because Adrian Broner wouldn't sign without a large guarantee up front. And do you want to know what Blue Blood said? Blue Blood said Adrian Broner in this situation, he was so convinced that what he said, that Adrian Broner asked for no money up front. He said, quote unquote, I want to work for my money. And I'm just thinking, nigga, Haymon gave you a guarantee to fight an easy ass opponent, and you over here talking shit about how you weren't taken care of, and you want to actually work for your money? Unfucking believable, this nigga, man. Like, bro. And I'm just like, I'm like, honestly, I hope everybody get paid. I really do, but I hope y'all fuck off. I don't ever want to hear about Terrence Crawford or Adrian Broner in any serious boxing conversation ever again. Adrian
Nah,
Broner,
not
I
real
understand
shit.
you have
And
issues and
that
you're
whole
irresponsible.
AB shit. Look, it's like that J. Cole song, man. What J. Cole said about Kanye, he said how basically like, when it comes to these guys, it's like what's that word? What's that fucking word when you fall in love with how they were in the past? Forgot that fucking word.
Reminisce.
Reminisce. It's in that category. I forgot. But anyways, nigga, we loved AB at that time. You know what I'm saying? So he's forever captured our hearts. But right now, we gotta understand that this nigga ain't shit. We gotta understand that shit, man. We really do. And this BLK shit, come on, bro. Do we feel like AB's gonna fight 3 times 2023?
Absolutely
Really?
not,
Yes,
bro.
if the people, if the opponents are people that we've never heard of, absolutely. And
Yes. Okay.
Nigga,
That.
nah, let me tell y'all something, bro. The person who's in charge or like responsible for
And the word I
creating
was
the
looking for
event.
is nostalgia.
right,
Oh,
right, right.
nostalgia. There we go. Yeah, the person who's in charge of creating events for BLK Prime is the same one who did the Austin McBroom fight that just happened this past year, which did like
Oh
I mean
shit.
it was completely empty. So I'm telling you this right now, it's going up in smoke, bro. And that's no disrespect to BLK Prime. I don't have no problem with them. They trying to make a business. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to do what they're trying to do. But let's just be real about what's going on. These are two desperate niggas, man. That's all they did. They took advantage
I
of
just
two
don't like
desperate
how
niggas.
I just don't like how they're trying to say we're changing the game. I'm like, bro, you're doing the same shit everyone else does. You're putting on garbage fights that nobody wants to see, and you're trying to make a buck off of it. You That's why when he was doing the interview, I'm like, bro, this is more damning. I mean, it's a dumb niggas. This he really talking, but I'm like, this is more damning than not saying anything. You're basically saying we're no different than PBC. Why should PBC get all the bread? Me,
Right.
but at the same time, you're saying they ain't got no money. All right.
Okay, now let me throw something out here. And listen, before I say this, this is the words of me. This is not responsible for Artman or D Hop. Is there any way y'all think that Bud could possibly be juicing, and that's why he's trying to delay this fight? Because he's like, yo, bro, I'm not in Vada right now. Maybe I don't, you know what I'm saying? Da, 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 I need to get this cycle off. I
Nah,
don't know, man.
I don't think Buzz juicing.
No,
But
I
what
don't
I
think he
do,
is
I
either.
don't think Buzz juicing. But what I do think is, like he said, man, I'm getting old, man. These training camps and shit is not how they used to be. Shit's
Yeah,
hard. It's hard, man.
I
And I
think
Yeah.
feel like he knows he couldn't just go straight into a fucking fight with Errol Spence in January, bro.
I think to be honest, if Bud was juicing, he would have signed that contract so fast he would have fucking hand burn. I think if he was, I think if he was juicing, he would have signed that contract with absolute quickness, and them niggas would have been fought already. They actually no, they'd be fighting in November if Bud was legitimately juicing. In my opinion.
All
But
right,
no,
bet. Okay.
yeah, I don't think he's juicing at all. I think
Um,
it's just what our man said, and also Terrence, like I put on Twitter, Terrence Crawford's market value is incredibly low. A loss at this point in his career not only would basically throw his legacy kind of in the garbage and debunk everything that his fans have ever said about him, but it would drop his market value, and everybody would assume, well, shit, after that ass whooping, you need to be taking a discount, and he's not trying to do that. He's trying to cash out on top. He's trying to cash out on top, just like AB.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was easy to talk, but when he got that offer in front of him was a 3 fight deal, he said, "Hey, look, man, you can fight Thurman Spence and Charlo." He had a double take. He said, "Hold up, Spence and Charlo, boy, I'm gonna get my ass whipped, bro." Let me chill.
And the fact that he was talking about Charlo all while never even intending to fight Spence is nuts to me. He like I'm like, bro, not only is Charlo with the same exact company and you're gonna be in the same exact situation, but Charlo is already undisputed. And what's worse is that with all due respect to Charlo, Charlo don't like you already, and Charlo is an asshole. You think you about to come up in here talking some books to Charlo, bro? Man, Charlo tell you to get the fuck out of here, man. Like you talking about making a fight, like, bro, no, Charlo not gonna deal with you for real.
And And word is too, by the way, that when he was going out being like, okay, let's get another fight, he's reaching out to other PBC fighters, being like, hey man, I don't know if the Spence thing is gonna go through. Maybe I could fight you. I'm just wondering, like, yo, are there any smart people in Bud's corner, or is it just a bunch of idiots?
No, it's just it's split between yes men and people trying to cash out. Bomac and Blue Blood are people trying to cash out. Everybody else is a yes man. Like people keep saying, well, he brought a lot of value to Top Rank. He brought them young guns. I'm like, Crawford didn't align them in Top Rank. Bomac did, because Bomac need to eat after this nigga retires. But
Man,
people don't understand. I'm like, bro, you think that Terrence Crawford, bro. Top Rank offers you a solid signing bonus, and Shakur Stevenson and his grandfather, Keyshawn, and the rest of that little squad, they with Bomac. I mean, Keyshawn is coached.
Yep.
Keyshawn is coached by his grandfather or whatever, because Bomac can't coach for jack shit. But the rest of them, as far as management goes, they're with Bomac, and Bomac's the one that ferried them over there.
And have y'all noticed what Keyshawn has been doing? The apple don't fall too far from the tree. You see, he's mentioning Frank Martin, a fight he know can never happen right now, and keep talking about he'll knock him out. Why? Because Frank got a little juice because he's attached to Errol Spence. It's just like that's the same play, the same formula.
It's good marketing. Let me build myself off of potential fights. Let me talk about Tank. Let me talk about Haney. Let me talk about Frank Martin. Let me talk about all these fights and never fight them ever. Like it's funny because he's talking greasy about Haney, and I'm like, bro, they should make that fight. Lomachenko got a title attempt in his second fight. You 6-0. Do it, big boy. Do it. He ain't talking that shit. He's talking about everybody he possibly can't fight, but he ain't even try to insert himself in the Haney conversation. I'm like, yeah, because you'll get beat up. You'll get beat up, and it's cool. You know, you take a little early L, but you'll get your ass whooped. And then when it comes to Shakur Stevenson, oh no, we can't fight unless it's 150 million for both of us. Nigga, shut up.
Oh my god, bro.
Just shut up. Just say y'all don't want to fight each other and move on, and don't say y'all want to fight the best. That's a lie. Y'all say we want to fight the best. Y'all two say y'all the best, but y'all won't fight each other. Get out of here. Get out of my face.
Just sad, man.
It's cap. It's all cap, and they getting taught that whack shit.
Mm-hmm.
But
I do it 15 more years of this.
Yeah, and it's funny because when Shakur starts making the same moves, y'all gonna see. He's gonna call Devin Haney a duck, even though Devin Haney has visible issues making weight that Shakur Stevenson never had. And Haney's been talking about moving up to 140 since he fought Jojo Diaz. So he's going to ride his little ass off that. So I swear to God, Devin Haney ducking him. But when Devin Haney actually come for that ass, real talk, it's going to be a bunch of fucking excuses. Oh, I'm still at 135. And, we're doing stuff. The money's not right. It's going to be the same shit. It's going to be the same shit. Because people are already saying that. People were already saying before Shakur even got to 135, oh, everybody going to duck, watch. Like, he's at 130. What the fuck? Everybody gonna duck. Why?
Yeah, I know. It's generational talent.
Yeah, I'm just like
generational talent.
I'm like he can be that, but he got to show me. I'm not gonna anoint him off the top. His best win is fucking Conceição, a nigga that's never held a title in his life. Nah, I'm sorry, I can't do it.
Thank you.
I can't do it.
Thank you. I agree, man.
You know.
Okay, now let's get to the fucking Ruiz and Wilder talk. Cause I know we've been going on butt enough for a fucking minute.
Okay. Why is there race wars? Because even the Mexican fans think that Ruiz gonna lose. As
the
far
reason
as I know.
why, they want to have this fake praise for Ruiz, man. But the minute he lose, they're gonna drop that Mexico out of his fucking bio real fast, real fucking fast, dude. Have y'all noticed that Canelo fans and the Latino fans, they've been really going at fucking Wilder for no fucking reason. It's like Wilder's the poster boy for black fans, and they just they feel like if they attack Wilder, it's like attacking all of us.
Well, I mean, shit. Wilder said he wanted Usyk. Ruiz was the one trying to say he put that running emoji on Twitter, and I'm like, oh, word? That's how you feel? All right, fat boy. Okay.
Listen, man.
Did he say Wilder was running?
He put up a Twitter post. He put up a Twitter post with the running emoji with smoke behind it because Wilder was talking about fighting Usyk before Ruiz, but the WBC gonna mandate it, and it's like, okay, fat boy, hope you ready, because when you get your shit broken, I don't want to hear no whining about behind the head or none of that bullshit. You
none of that. He was punching wild, and I couldn't figure it out, or
all that whack shit.
Bro, Ruiz has a fucking injury like Canelo. Y'all see how he was fighting Ortiz right in the fucking center, right? If he fights fucking Wilder like that, he's going to fucking sleep. His best bet is to try to get off on Wilder before Wilder can swing. That's his best bet. And even with that shit's as we just seen, that shit is fucking deadly because you can go in there thinking, oh shit, I'm gonna get him on the ropes and start wailing on him. Next thing you know, you get hit with a fucking right hand, a short right hand that sleeps your ass.
Areola put this man on roller skates and knocked him down twice. I ain't trying to hear shit else. Ruiz is about to get in here, get this money, fuck it off, and then be talking about somebody else. Honestly, I
Man,
was
one of my
thinking,
sources told me that Ruiz then ran through his bag,
of
and
course he did.
Of
that's
course
why
he
he
did,
calling
man.
Wilder's name.
Did you not see his fat ass after that second AJ fight? We didn't hear from that nigga for like 2 years. He was in there fucking that money off, buying boats, fucking hoes,
That
doing the
nigga said
Adrian
he
Broner
wanted
lifestyle. And then
pizzas.
yeah, all of a sudden he come back. Oh, I want to fight the best. No, nigga, rent dude. Talking about I want to fight the goddamn best. Get your
Yeah,
ass
yeah,
out here.
and that's the thing. He willing to sacrifice his fucking jaw for his family, and ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But
Just
it's
look
like,
at
damn,
him.
nigga, just call it how
That
it is.
nigga, that nigga looks like every dude I've ever met that works at Jiffy Lube. You think he can keep up with the hoes he have now if he ain't got no bread? No,
Hell
Man,
no.
he needs to make up that lifestyle, take care of his family, and I respect it. But it's gonna be
Man, it
it's
ain't
gonna be
no
quick.
telling. And then he claiming this Mexican shit. I would be surprised if some real Mexicans asking him to put some money down. You know what I'm saying? For a small
mm,
fee. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
make him
The
check
boy, the
in, boy.
boys with the boys with the motherfucking big ass belt buckles with the gold Desert Eagles. They wanted
It's
some
it,
money too off that shit. I wouldn't be surprised.
it's funny because after he whooped AJ's ass, he didn't get enough respect. They were treating him like he was American. Now all of a sudden that he needs to get in order with the IRS or whatever. All of a sudden he's the big bad Mexican boogeyman. I'm like, where the fuck was this when he was actually on top? And it's funny because all those same people, they didn't call for a unification with Wilder. They didn't say he should fight Wilder. they were like, oh yeah, we're gonna run that AJ smoke bag. He gonna get a bag.
You
Yeah.
noticed that, right? They went on some like, bro, you should just say fuck that and fight Wilder right now for undisputed.
Right. They didn't say that. They didn't say we should pay AJ some step aside or do whatever. They were like, oh, he gonna fight AJ again and get another bag. Ugh. I'm like, oh right. So you don't really care who he fights. You just want to see him get rich and shit. Okay, cool. Because Wilder will beat his ass. It's the same reason why. It's the same reason why when Charles Martin had the belt, Charles Martin dug Wilder too. He don't fucking fight no Wilder. He could have unified when Charles Martin was over at PBC. But then they'll say PBC is a witness protection island, but they sure sent Charles Martin over there to get slaughtered by AJ. Now didn't they? Didn't they? All right then. Just like they gave Terrence Crawford, John Molina Jr., Jose Benavidez Jr., and Felix Diaz, all PBC fighters. They say that PBC is the witness protection island, but Terrence Crawford had fought three of them niggas. All right, okay, well,
Just stylistically, how do y'all see Wilder Ruiz going? How do y'all see that going?
shit, it's gonna be.
Be objective as possible.
Well, I think that Ruiz has the potential to cause trouble, of course, if he gets on the inside, starts swinging. Wilder has, a high guard, but his arms are very thin, so he's never been good at blocking punches. But I think that Wilder's going to keep the distance, keep the active jab like he did in the beginning with Areola and Stavern, and then when Ruiz gets close and opens himself up, he's going to drop the right down the tube, and it should be over within 3 rounds. To be quite honest, what is Ruiz
Hey,
going to do?
Ruiz got a motherfucking chin though. I watched that AJ versus Ruiz one. Man, he ate that fucking left hook and got right back up and got hit with a straight right hand down the pipe and still took this dude out.
Yeah, but
You
AJ
think he
can't.
could take a right hand from Wilder?
No, AJ is a dude who couldn't even finish a cruiserweight. What are we talking about here? I'm not saying that Ruiz doesn't have a chin. I'm just saying that's not gonna matter. Tyson Fury got a chin and he knocked his ass out. So nah, like I said, that is what it is. AJ, I even tweeted it. AJ can't finish a fucking box of cereal.
Honestly, I believe that Andy Ruiz, if he fights Wilder, he's gonna come in at like fucking 300 pounds.
That's not gonna help.
He's gonna want to try to. He's gonna try to do the same Fury game plan. And in fact, I feel like there should be more drug testing if they fought for real, because I have a feeling that he knows that Wilder's capable.
Honestly,
Hey Juan, send me add me on my new Twitter at Artman the Great with an A instead of a E for the. I can send you a
hon-
message.
honestly, Ruiz versus Usyk would probably be more interesting than Ruiz versus Wilder is gonna be. I think there's a good chance Ruiz probably pull off a little bit of that AJ stuff and might fuck around and get a knockdown.
Yeah, because Ruiz is not gonna fucking play fucking pussy against Usyk, especially if Usyk is not hurting him with the punches like that.
Yeah, yeah. Ruiz will come. Ruiz will actually come right at you and let his hands go. Like if Ruiz got Usyk hurt like AJ did, he would actually try to finish him. AJ fucking got him hurt and then stepped off the gas. It was like what? Like didn't make any sense.
Yeah, everyone has an opinion. That's it. Artman the Great, just like that. Yeah, I got a new Twitter. It's Artman the Great with an A because the motherfuckers got me banned and shit.
I don't think it's gonna go the distance. I don't think that Ruiz fans think it's gonna go the distance. And well, I mean, Cozy, even Usyk, I don't think Usyk would even try to knock Andy Ruiz. That's too much risk. He doesn't have the reach.
Man,
And,
honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100. I don't care what none of these fans say. I honestly feel like Usyk ducked Wilder, and I understand. Yeah, why would you want to fight a guy coming off a loss and all that shit? Well, let's be real. Wilder is a money fight, regardless. Regardless if you see 75K, they ain't talking about how many tickets sold, how much money was generated. They don't want to talk about that.
they never talked about what Fury did with Dillian White. That didn't move shit.
They never talk about what Canelo did against Yildirim either.
Right. Yeah, fuck that.
But yeah, we all know that's still a solid crew. If you look, there's only one person that beat Wilder, and we all know, regardless if you want to talk about it or not, we all know some funny style business going on around that fucking fight. Nobody else fucking beat Wilder.
No, Cozy, I'm not saying that Usyk doesn't have punching power. I'm saying at heavyweight, he doesn't want to take the risks that knockouts require. It's kind of like Bivol. Bivol has plenty of power for that ass. He just doesn't want to put himself in situations where he's taking risks to actually get the knockout. Like with Canelo, he could have knocked out Canelo, but he didn't want to take the risk necessary because you got to expose yourself. And if you don't have faith in your chin like Triple G, where you can just press and try to get the knockout all the time, then And also, sometimes it's not even about chin. Sometimes dudes just are looking out for their health and don't want to get hit in the head a lot. So, but yeah, knockouts just require risk. And fighters that are risk averse are going to have less knockouts. Because it's not about necessarily your raw strength. Because, there are plenty of fighters that are super strong that aren't knockout punchers. Like Sean Porter is very strong. He's not a knockout puncher because he smothers his work and his punches are inaccurate. So it's more to do with placement than actual strength. And you got to take a lot of risk. But yeah, no, I think that yeah, Ruiz has a better shot to beat fucking Usyk. Joe Joyce got a good shot to beat Usyk. I honestly want Wilder to fight Joyce.
Honestly, I'm tired of motherfuckers being certified for beating Joshua, to be honest. Because who the fuck is Joshua, man?
No, Joshua a good win. You should be certified, but it's just that's your one win. But Wilder's a different animal.
Bro, they saying Usyk is the best at heavyweight because he beat Joshua. I don't believe that shit. I don't believe that.
I don't give a fuck because he's gonna lose to Fury. All you dudes are talking that shit about Usyk. Usyk gonna lose. if he fights Fury, Usyk's going to lose.
They know that.
Yeah, so it's whatever. And Usyk knows he'll probably lose to Wilder too. They're too big and they do too much. So he's like, shit.
Because I said, man, if Usyk was really like that, imagine putting Holyfield in a position like that. Imagine Holyfield, like let's say Prime Holyfield was in a position of Usyk where he had a chance to fight Wilder and then fight Tyson Fury. You think he'll turn that shit down to prove that he's the great?
I think fucking Fury probably ducked Prime Holyfield, to be honest. I think Prime Holyfield beat both their ass. if we're keeping it 100,000.
I'm keeping it 100. Do you think that a Prime fucking Holyfield would say, nigga, I'm not gonna fight both of these guys. I want to fight. Nah, he would have got him out the way right away if he had the opportunity to.
Yeah, no. Prime Holyfield, I personally beat both their
ass. I honestly believe that Usyk sees that, or he knows that Malik Scott been in the camp with him multiple times and see him train. And it's like, man, this guy knows. He knows my secrets. He knows it.
I mean, Usyk's style, don't get me wrong, it's not really secrets. It's just, he just stays on the outside. He's a southpaw, so people that don't train for southpaws are difficult to hit him. And he has a speed advantage because he's lighter. It's not like some big secret. Like people make it seem like this is like with Lomachenko. Oh my god, he's downloading data. He's downloading data. This nigga, he's a pressure fighter, bro. He's not some super complex, stylistic, awesome but no, he's just a pressure fighting southpaw. Him being a southpaw, he has an advantage. Him being fast, he has another advantage. There are very few southpaws in boxing, and there are very few fast southpaws in boxing. So it's not some like super gotta crack the code. You just gotta be able to have the physical attributes and be able to apply it. That's it. AJ's fat ass after the fight was like, I can't keep up with him because I'm big. I'm too big. I weigh 17 stone. I can't fight like this. I got no gas tank. So it's like, look at him. AJ was telling you, like, he's like, I can't keep up with the nigga. That's all it is. He didn't say I couldn't beat him because he was destroying me. His boxing skills so magical. He said I'm fat. I'm fat and he's not, and I can't cut the fucking ring off. That's it.
That's what I got. He's like, oh man, yeah, they want me to box like Marcy fucking whatever the fuck his name is, Jackie Marciano, whatever the fuck his name is,
Rocky Marciano. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, man, fuck all that excuses, bro. You should have just took that shit to his ass, man. You had him hurt several times in that fucking rematch, and I feel like Usyk has a good poker face because man, oh man, and he has such a good poker face that he fooled Joshua because man. Joshua hit this nigga with a uppercut to the stomach that lifted this nigga off his feet and had him run into the corner. And Joshua was looking like, I don't know what to do here. Like, what the fuck, bro? If Wilder had you hurt like that, we all know Wilder was gonna go for a straight kill.
And that's the thing. And that's the thing between Usyk and Lomachenko. Lomachenko ain't got no poker face. When Lomachenko get hurt, you can tell he started looking like he getting ready to cry and shit.
Speaking of Lomachenko, what you think about? Hold on, let me see what Mill has said. He said, "What makes Usyk difficult is he a pressure fighter with pure boxing footwork. Invest into the body, and you can beat him. Yes, invest into the body, you can beat him. As you can see, nobody's calling him Keith Thurman of the heavyweight division because man, oh man, every time Joshua ripped that body, he's fucking skating. He was skating.
I mean, to be honest, he wasn't even really pressuring Joshua. Joshua's so big, you can run in, hit him, and then dip back out. But when Joshua landed that straight right that cut Usyk off balance, anybody else would have ran up on him and random combinations back to the ropes. But Joshua's fat ass told you, I'm tired. I weigh 17 stone. I can't keep this pressure up. So I'm like, damn, nigga. So you training with Robert Garcia? You don't have enough energy to put together a 1, 2, 3?
Why he ain't pull an Andy Ruiz 2 and come to the fight lighter?
Because he's stupid. He's stupid. I don't know. Like, I don't know what Robert Garcia was teaching him, especially because Robert Garcia trains a lot of Mexican fighters, and Mexican fighters usually throw a lot of punches. So I don't understand like what their game plan was. Like, if you're training with someone like Robert Garcia or Nacho Beristain or Joel Diaz, they train dudes to throw a lot of punches. So the fact that you came into the fight and did the opposite is crazy.
You literally came into the fight and tried to do the same fucking game plan. You turned it up just a little, and as soon as you had this nigga hurt, you said, I'm just going to go back and just chill.
Yeah, the first 3 rounds, he looked like a different AJ, but after that, it was womp womp. Same dude.
Straight fat boy. Let this dude straight fucking pop me in the face with left hands the whole fucking fight.
Fat boy, can't cut the ring off, can't lean on him, can't turn him and bend him toward
Why are you calling him fat?
Because he's bulky? Yeah, he's fat boy. He said it. He's like, I'm too heavy. I can't cut the ring off, and I'm tired. I'm like, okay, well then quit boxing then, nigga. If you're gonna whine every time you get into this, quit boxing then.
Yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, that wasn't a good look because they talking about Wilder excuses. No, this was a clear fight. Usyk don't got no mob ties.
Yeah, and even if Usyk was cheating, he's small as fuck. How you like Usyk is 6'3", 220. I could find Usyk at your neighborhood T-Mobile store. You can't find 6'6" niggas everywhere.
You can't find no motherfucking 6'9", 7 foot, 300-pound fucking mob connected junkies, nigga.
Yeah, you can't find him everywhere. He's a genetic. Tyson Fury and Wilder are genetic abnormalities. I can find Usyk. Somebody built like Usyk probably live across the street from me.
Nigga, I swear to God, when I watched Wilder versus Fury 3 live, it looked like I was watching 2 big ass giants go at it. One giant was just bigger than the other.
They're huge. Tyson Fury is 6'9" and Wilder is 6'7". They're huge. people, most human beings, they're in like the top 1% of height. Most human beings are not that damn big.
And then let's be real. So Wilder versus fucking Ruiz. Wilder beats Ruiz. Then what? He's fucking Tyson Fury's mandatory.
Unfortunately,
And what does that mean? Wilder
that means
versus Fury, fucking 3, 4.
that means that if Usyk loses to Fury, which I think he probably will, then yeah, it'll. I mean, Tyson Fury probably won't fight Deontay Wilder again, and I hope he doesn't.
Hell no.
But but yeah, he'll be the number one for undisputed, and Tyson Fury will probably fight fucking I don't know. I'll try to fight AJ because he'll beat AJ ass too. AJ soft, so they'll try to make that fight get that money, and because everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, AJ's getting another opportunity, boo. So they'll try to make the all British heavyweight showdown to keep America out because you don't want to fight Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce fuck around and beat up Tyson Fury.
Hey, share to the public what you found out about the UK drug testing when it comes to retiring.
Oh yeah. So it turns out that in the United Kingdom, according to UKAD's guidelines with the anti-doping, with the World Anti-Doping Agency, in the UK, if you formally announce and tender written notice of a retirement, your name is removed from the drug testing pool, and you have and the gap for it is 6 months. It's been a little over 6 months since Tyson Fury last fought, and his next fight is in December. And didn't he announce his retirement right, around 6 months ago? So yeah, that's why Tyson Fury and Billy Joe Saunders do that. It's because they know that if they announce their retirement and probably type an email to the agency, their names will be removed from the drug testing registry for out of competition testing. So basically, you can retire in the UK, juice your ass off for 6 months, and then come back and re-enter your name after the esters have burnt off. So that's why Billy Joe Saunders and Tyson Fury and a bunch of some other people announced their fucking retirement. AJ doesn't do that because he has what in the UKAD is called a therapeutic use exemption, which means that he can take testosterone shots and it not be factored into the drug testing pool. But those other dudes don't have that. So they just say, I'm retired, and then come back with a fight a little over 6 months later. So that's why they do that. Which, Jesus fucking Christ.
Usyk owe Americans a fight with Wilder since we gave him all that fucking money to the Ukraine.
I agree. I don't understand why we're giving $60 billion to the Ukraine, especially since most Americans don't even understand the conflict. But yeah, Usyk needs to get his punk ass over here. Talking about some damn Fury. Fury, like Bud, is one of the only people that has said on camera, I do not want to fight Usyk. And yet he's like, okay, let me get Fury out the way for him. Like, nigga, you gonna lose to Fury.
Fury, I don't care what these Fury fans talk about. So he don't care about not being in the United States. This nigga was in the United States saying that Fury's a fucking immigrant and he don't want to fight him, as if Fury's a fucking American.
Right. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, he literally. Yes, Fury called Usyk an immigrant.
Yeah, and then he was saying that one of the main reasons because like nobody knows him, he doesn't sell. And I'm like, well, now the nigga's the unified heavyweight champion of the world. So what it is?
That's why they want to take that shit to fucking Saudi Arabia. Plus, that he can't fight in America, but
Yeah, and the Saudis, not only do they not care about wasting money, but they're trying to wash money themselves. Do you know how many of them are invested in like the Middle Eastern drug trade and all kinds of other splinter organizations like ISIS, ISIL, and all that bullshit? They're trying to clean their money too. You think they're over there spending 175, $200 million on fucking AJ versus Usyk because they really like them two niggas? No, they're trying to wash some shit.
hell yeah, man, that shit's just crazy. He said Wilder Fury in the UK. Hell no.
I don't know,
man. Boxing just weird because Wilder said he don't want to retire till 40. Fury said he don't want to retire, and now fucking they're trying to order Wilder versus Ruiz, and all the fans are pushing for Wilder Ruiz. So it's like you guys are kind of asking for Wilder Fury 4.
They just want to Wilder up Usyk ass. That is what it is because the WBC wasn't even talking about mandating anything until Usyk and Wilder started having conversations. Wilder said, "Oh yeah, I'd like to fight Usyk. That's a good fight." Because the thing is, Ruiz is at PBC. You can fight Ruiz at any point. Like you can fight Ruiz at any time. Like what the fuck? As soon as Wilder talked about fighting Usyk, all of a sudden the WBC's talking about, oh, we're gonna mandate Ruiz in the title eliminator. Based off what? Well, Ruiz's last fight was fucking Areola. How the fuck you get a title eliminator off that? I mean, no, Luis Ortiz. My bad. How the fuck you get a title eliminator off that?
I don't know, but I feel like what's his name, Mauricio Silly Man, trying to get him back in good graces with Wilder, but Wilder's not even fucking with him. Hell no.
No, this is about Suleiman taking care of Ruiz, trying to get Ruiz paid. That's all that is. This is them taking care of their own. They ain't thinking about fucking Wilder and his shit. And also, they probably think that Ruiz gonna get in here and do something. But whatever, whatever, motherfucker.
Yeah. Well, shit. That's is what it is, man. I'm gonna close up shop right now. We gonna do this a little bit later.
All right, for sure. Thanks for having me on.
Yep, no problem.
All right, you have a good one.